You are in a high-stakes meeting reviewing a major project. When it is your turn to give feedback, you find yourself falling back on the exact same simple phrases. It's okay, it's not good. Those basic words get the facts across, but they lack the professional polish and subtlety that native speakers rely on to navigate delicate workplace critiques. Look at this overview. We are going to focus entirely on mastering specific idioms for evaluating performance. Getting comfortable with these exact phrases will immediately elevate your conversational authority. These advanced phrases act as a linguistic bridge. As you see here on the slider mechanism, they connect strict corporate requirements with the natural, comfortable flow of expert-level conversation. Upgrading your vocabulary serves a practical purpose. It gives you the precise linguistic tools you need to protect professional relationships while still delivering strict, clear evaluations. Let's start with this visual breakdown of our first phrase, pass muster. As the clipboard shows, this is an idiom used specifically to verify that a minimum standard or defined benchmark has been successfully achieved. You can apply this across entirely different fields. In a culinary setting, a chef might say a sauce reduction didn't pass muster for the signature dish. In tech, a new features documentation might fail to pass muster according to the company style guide. Notice this pro tip here. Native speakers frequently use this phrase in the negative, saying, "Something didn't pass muster," to soften a harsh critique. It shifts the blame onto the objective standard rather than attacking the person who did the work. The phrase has literal roots. In the 16th century, a muster was a formal, massive assembly of soldiers gathered for an official inspection. Looking at this graphic, you can see what passing that historical inspection actually required. It meant proving you were healthy, properly equipped with your halberd and armor, and ready for immediate deployment. We invoke that exact same standard of readiness today. Only now, instead of soldiers, we are applying it to modern proposals, software builds, and project deliverables to see if they are fit for duty. By treating a modern project like a military inspection, pass muster intentionally strips the emotion right out of the evaluation. It gives you a perfectly objective way to handle baseline approvals. But what happens when you aren't reviewing a static document? Sometimes you have to judge active human performance under intense pressure. This comparison table brings in our opposing idiom, cut the mustard. While we just saw passed mustard deals with external standards, cut the mustard is explicitly used for evaluating internal capability and personal excellence. The bottom row shows exactly where each phrase belongs. Use passed muster for formal reviews of static objects. Use cut the muster for high-stakes trials and competitions where people are actively performing. Knowing the definitions is one thing. The real challenge for a non-native speaker is knowing which phrase to deploy in the middle of a fast-paced conversation. Here is how you decide, starting with the switch on the left. This is the compliance rule. If you are dealing with an objective, binary, yes or no situation about minimum requirements, you use pass muster. Moving to the center meter, we have the capability rule. When you are judging whether a person has the active potential, energy, or skill to succeed at a difficult task, you use cut the mustard. Finally, look at the intensity dial on the right. This is the intensity rule. Keep your tone neutral and formal with passed muster. But when the emotional stakes are high and the pressure is on, dial it up to cut the mustard. Memorize these 3 rules. They allow you to stop reacting blindly to conversations and start actively controlling the emotional tone of the room. Let's lock this in with a final review. Think of these 2 idioms as your daily quick reference toolkit for professional communication. Look at the blue box. Pass muster means meeting the minimum baseline standard. For example, the naming failed to pass muster. Now check the orange box for cut the mustard, demonstrating capability under pressure. For example, will his footwork cut the mustard? You don't have to rely on saying a project is just okay or not good ever again. Swapping those basic adjectives out for these precise evaluations immediately raises your perceived competence in any meeting. Match your phrasing to the situation, check for compliance, gauge the capability, and read the intensity of the room. Do that, and you can deliver accurate feedback with total native level authority.